YouTube. It's so weird. Not sure if you saw the screens that I shared with you.
Yeah, yeah.
So dark. How are we? How am I supposed to see in the dark? I mean, I know that I have great eyesight, but still, YouTube is good now. Anyway, please share the stream if you don't mind. I saw you have a lot of fans on X,
Mhm.
including a reporter from New York. Gave you a big compliment. So please share the stream and then get started with our weekly show talking about Carolina Panthers, NFL, because it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time in Carolina. Very exciting time to be a Panther fan, to be an NFL fan. It's truly an exciting time. An exciting time is I think Alex. There you are. Second, you froze, but thank you. So
Yep.
as I said, it's an exciting time. Really exciting time in Carolina to be outside of Carolina, to be a Panthers fan. I mean, just for an example, FanFest is this coming Saturday, which thanks
Mhm.
God won't be as hard because we have been dealing with the worst heat wave in Charlotte history. I'm not exaggerating. Every day was like 101, 102 the last couple of days. Anyway, Saturday is supposed to be in the 80s. Now, typically, Panthers FanFest in the past, they never came anywhere close to sold out. Never. Even when the team was very good, no sold out. And yeah, part of the reason was open practice to training camp. But this year, Panthers Fan Fest, when I looked at, let's say you want to buy two tickets, you can only get them like in the 317, which is very high, or in the 500 range, 500 levels. If you want
Mhm.
one ticket, it's not available in the lower board. It's completely gone. And I honestly, I've never recalled in Panthers history FanFest being so popular that it's nearly sold out. Like I went last year to Clemson to Panthers FanFest, and sure they had open training camp, but even camp in Charlotte, only certain amount of fans can buy it, can get in. It's like a lottery. They only allowed like 3,000 fans or some, no, like 500 fans. I wish 3,000, like 500 fans, something like that. Last year at Clemson, they only had about maybe 15,000. And sure, it's 2.5 hours drive, and it was on a Thursday, but still, I truly believe, my friend, the reason why Panthers Fan Fest this year is being close to a sellout is because of the hype and anticipation surrounding this team.
Yeah. No, I've been on record for a while now saying this team is way better than people think that it is. I guess the hype's catching up with what I've been saying, but yeah, this team's gonna be especially this offense. This offense can be very, very, very good. I think the defense is going to be a lot better than people assume it's going to be, just because we were so bad last year. But they're all new players. There ain't. I can't think of what J.C. Horns is like the only returning player, and Mike Jackson, I guess, that is going to be on the starting lineup of this team. So like the defense is going to be completely new. So. Uh, I think the team can be really, really good, and I don't think their schedule's that difficult. So there is a reason. There should be a lot of hype, and all the I mean, I guess we'll talk about all the players, but the young guys, their second year, third years, they look like they're poised for breakouts.
Yeah, so I see we have questions. So yeah, we can answer your NFL question. Just please ask. And Kevin, yeah, I think you're right. But like I said last year at training camp, basically they allowed fans last year at training camp. It's not like one third unlimited amount because it was like around 500, maybe 1,000 fans, but still like uh, like basically basically last year last year at back to back to camp practice was a Saturday. Was Bank of America Stadium. I attended it. It was practice around 10 o'clock in the morning, and they only had about 50 and 20,000 for open practice. Open practice, free tickets, didn't cost anything. And this event is costing $5 a person, roughly $10 with the fees, with all of it going to Carolina Panthers charities. But still, like I said, I believe the hype is real about this team. It really is. It's not just me and you talking about it. I mean, for example, today they had fight. They had fight in training camp. And now some might say, Shaked, wait a second, fights? It's terrible. It's terrible in life. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. But in the NFL, in training camp, if you have fights, that is a great sign for it is building something special. Will make my final point, then let you continue, of course. Last year, last year, guys, we did not have any fight at training camp. We had no fight at training camp. The previous year, we had no fight at training camp. Look at our record last two seasons. Look at our record in 2015 when we had fight between Cam Newton and Josh Norman.
Yeah. 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 No. It's yeah. You just feel it, man. I mean, I've gone over this 1,000 times. But yeah, they're tired of losing. Overall, they brought in guys that don't lose. Like like look at all the guys they brought in on this team. Like some of like Bobby Brown and Rose Boomer from the Rams. You got Wharton from the Chiefs, and like just the guys that are used to winning. And then on the offense, people were hating on Hunter Renfro. It's still Hunter Renfro, man. The dude was a Pro Bowler what 2 years ago, like 3 years ago. I mean, people like sniffed at that, and Rico Dowdle's in 1,000 yard, and people were hating on Travis Etienne that they didn't like that pick. Well, you see why they made that pick, and like you see why like they didn't go after a tight end because JT Sanders is really good, and they didn't go after linebackers because Trevin Wallace is really good. So it's they didn't go after these secondary guys. Well, turns out they got some pretty good secondary guys like like there's a reason when we get mad that like these things didn't happen is because they got guys already. Like just because they weren't like all pros last year doesn't mean that they weren't on the trajectory that they are. And you're seeing it this year. Like this team stays healthy, there's going to be a lot of people that just because they didn't have like name power that it's because they were not names last year, but they were young and they're developing, and now you're seeing the fruits of that labor, and now they got depth. So yeah, I think that's the excitement is there for a reason.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the excitement is there for a reason. They are tired of losing. I mean, uh, Walton, for example, played with the Chiefs. Yes, I believe he has at least two rings, Super Bowl ring, if I remember correctly. He wouldn't want to sign with a bad team, with a mediocre team, if he didn't believe they are a good team. The same with Bobby Brown, the third. He also wouldn't want to sign with a team because he was a high-profile free agent. He could have went to a lot of teams. And even Tyler Morick, the safety, I mean, the Raiders have been up and down, but they've been torn in the corner. So even he wouldn't want to sign with the team if he believed they were bad. I mean, for example, last year free agent, they got Robert Agent Hunt, who's a great player, but they had to overpay him. Last year, they really had to overpay to get players to come to the team, and they didn't get they didn't get players who who were good, who were good. But right now, right now they've got players who they didn't they didn't have to overpay this year, which is clearly showing. I mean, they didn't give Morick, they didn't give Bobby Brown or anyone overpaid amount of money, which indicated They have turned the corner and should be should be fun. Like the final point for me for now, I saw in the report on the observers, Bryce Young had the best practice today in a very, very long time. So if you're a defensive opponent, you should be scared of the Carolina Panthers. If we stay healthy, of course.
Yeah, you got guys that can get open. Like at the end of the, and everybody's playing their natural position. Like Xavier Legette should have never been playing the X, and we all knew that. Now you got all these different guys, all these different talents. Jalen Coker's healthy, knock on wood. You you're bringing in, and you get just 6 round guys like Horn coming in that have a whole different kind of skill set, and they're beating people deep, and that's what we didn't have before. We didn't have people that could win deep. So when you can get those chunk plays, those big plays that we've been missing because they've been getting either dropped or there's no separation or whatever it is, now we're getting those. And if you get guys like XL in space, like because that's what's going to happen. If you can start beating people long, it's going to open up more space, and then that's when you get people like ETN and Horn and Excel and like get these guys in space, and they're gonna hurt some teams, and we're gonna get those big long plays like we did with the Cam Newton teams, and especially then you're opening up everything for Bryce because Bryce can scramble too. The run game wins with that. Like it opens up. Just adding somebody like Tet opens up the entire offense, and this offense is go. This could be a top 5 NFL offense. It's gonna be really, really, really good with a bunch of guys that people wouldn't have thought about last year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we should be a top five if we stay healthy. And I mean, you're right, Kevin. Sanders look different. I mean, he lost weight. He lost like 16 pounds. He hired a personal chef, and he also played with so much so much more confidence compared to before. Like they mentioned, they mentioned today, he scored a touchdown and then he slipped the ball. Like I think he punted the ball. Like he scored a touchdown and he punted the ball. Hello, FX, and Overa basically yelled like something like "get the f out of you" or something like that. Which Overa is typically a very quiet guy from what I've seen. So that is a great sight. And Canales was asked about it today, and he said, "You know what? It's a penalty. It's truly a penalty to turn the defense, but at the same time, I actually like it."
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, we have some. Yo, get in each other's faces, get each other hyped up, get each other like, be, and it's going to help this defense if what we're saying is true, and this is the top 5 offense to go have to go against the top 5 offense every single day. You talk about the hit that Wallace laid on Chuba. That defense don't want to get beat anymore. They don't want to be the laughing stock of the league right now. So that defense is that defense is going to be a home. It kind of reminds me, like I don't know if you remember the 2016 Falcons when they had that insane offense, one of the best offenses of the last
The
20 years,
28,
and
the 28,
and that defense was young and fast. What?
the 28-3 team.
The two, yeah, 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 that team, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So they're gonna have like that insane offense, but that defense was just they're like we're here too, and they were young and they were fast, and they would just hit people, and yeah, they might give us some points, but you're gonna remember playing them. So I think that's kind of where we're gonna be. I think we're gonna be in that 10 to 15 range of defense, but we're going to be nasty. You're not going to play us, in my opinion, because they don't want to be the reason that this team is losing. And I think if you're talking about a top 5 offense and a top 10 15 defense, I mean that's going to put you in that top tier of teams.
yeah, it's a playoff. To answer your question, Kevin, wide receiver depth. I'm assuming you mean wide receiver. We have so much different wideout that we haven't had before. I mean, we have T Mac. He like to be called T Mac. So we have T Mac, who is very tall. Believe is almost 6'6", Yeah, the 28-3 teams. That is how we remember it. 15 minutes to go. That was the tweet by the Atlanta Falcons. 15 minutes to go. And yours truly tweeted back at them 15 minutes to chalk time. So raise down, as we said. Not raise up, raise down. 28-3. That 28-3 team. Atlanta Falcons. Screw you guys. Anyway, so offense, we have tall wideout and T-Mac. We have Leggett, who's also tall and fast. We have Tinlin, who's more of a slot wideout. We have Renfro, who's more like a Tinlin, more like Leggett. I mean, he's tall, but he's also fast. Then you have Cocker. Cocker can line up and that potentially. And of course, don't forget about Jimmy Orr Jr. He's probably not going to be a big factor this season on wideout, but his speed is something you cannot buy in a tree, ladies and gentlemen. He's so fast, he can probably outrun a road runner in a marathon easily, beating him up by 20, 15 seconds. He's so fast. I would love to get him in the backfield with some sort of jet sweep or a screen because he last year everyone talked about Xavier Worthy, how fast he was, and he sure was. I believe Jimmy Owen Jr. even faster than Xavier Worthy, and that is saying something.
Yeah, I mean he's not near the route runner that Xavier Worthy is, but he's I mean he'll be a gadget guy for us. I mean he'll be like what Tompkins was, but like a better version of that. You're right, a lot of end rounds, a lot of go balls, but somebody that can stretch the field. I think Renfro will be more. I think he'll be used differently. He's gonna be a lot of like the first down yards. He'll be short yardage, just somebody that can get open like quickly, goal line type of plays. He gets a step on you so fast that we can get the ball out to him fast. He won't he I don't think that he's gonna be he'll probably get maybe I don't know 60, 70% of the wide receiver snaps. But yeah, Coker and a big slot. Adam Thielen's gonna go down. This isn't me being mean or hoping for the worst. He's just old. He's gonna have games where he misses, and that's where Coker's gonna take over that big slot role. Yeah, but we can go 11 personnel, 12 personnel, four wide. It's we can if we got ETN in the backfield, we can split him out as wide receiver. There's so many different things you can do. It's going to be so hard to prepare for this team. We can take advantage of so many different mismatches. It's going to be fun watching this Panthers offense this year, and probably the most fun we've had watching Panthers offense since
Oh,
2017. I think it's going to be really, really, really fun to watch.
yeah, I think maybe 2012, if I remember correctly, 2012 was Cam first season in the NFL, and we started off slow. We finished pretty good. We didn't make the playoff in that year. So I'm not saying we won't make the playoff this year because I believe we will if we stay healthy. But that offense was fun. We had DJ Moore, we had Greg Olsen, we had Steve Smith, and basically, and I think we also had Kerry Colbert. And we literally held the ball whenever we want to. We had Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams, if I remember correctly. So it was a
Hmm.
fun, explosive offense. And I mean, Hunter Redfro, sure, he came out of retirement, but literally, we signed one of the best underrated wideout in the league, which we are very lucky that he grew up in the Carolinas. Because Eddie
Mm.
Nat, he could have helped so many teams out there. And as far as Steenland go, I mean, here's the deal with him. He's rightly or wrongly, the last two seasons, he's been our best wideout. Hopefully that will
Mm.
not be the case this year. No disrespect to him because he's a great dude, off the field, great guy, does a lot for the community. On the field, he's very reliable, but he's getting up there in age that you want either Leggett, Cochlear, or T-Mac, one of those three to become your best wide receiver. If not, we're in trouble.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. Thielen's gonna when he's on the field, he's gonna be good, but you can't have him playing 90% of the snaps anymore. He's only gonna take 70% of the snaps. He just doesn't. He's just an older player, but he's still gonna make good plays. He's still gonna be big for us. He's probably still gonna be, you know, uh, probably give us 700 yards in receiving this year. It's still gonna be a good player. He's just not gonna play all the games, and he's not gonna play all the snaps in all the games. But we don't need him to because you have Coker. Coker, they're pretty much gonna be playing the same position. I assume. I mean, Coker will probably move to the outside a little bit, probably a little bit in 12 personnel too. But uh, I, that's where we're so good. I mean, you can just put, you can have different formations with different players with different plays. Attack teams differently based on who what their corner situation is, or if they're putting linebackers or their nickel sucks on our slots, so we can take advantage of those with Renfro. Like it's it's all going to be game plan dependent, and I think that we'll have probably five different receivers lead the team in receiving yards in a game this year. Like that's how, including JT Sanders, and I think JT Sanders is going to be a touchdown machine this year. Really think so. I think he was on his way last year to kind of finding his true potential. But I think we're going to be in the red zone a lot more, and I think you're going to see a lot more of those like seam routes up the middle for JC Sanders. That like the no look ball that Trimble caught. Those kind of balls will be going to JC Sanders, and I think there are going to be quite a few of them. I think you could see eight-ish touchdowns for JT Sanders this year. I really think that's possible.
Yeah, I agree with you. Quick point about Tinland, which last year we didn't. I mean, Tinland went down with a hamstring injury in the Raiders game when he made that tremendous catch for a touchdown by our backup quarterback, Andy Dalton. And he was out for about 6, 7 weeks. During that time, our wide receiver group was okay, but not very good. Now, God
Yeah.
forbid, if Adam Tinlin suffer an injury, of course we don't want him to because he's still Mr. Reliable. But if he
Hmm.
does, we have the next man up. We didn't have that last season. I mean, we had Dalen Tompkins, who is not in Carolina. We had Dan Chilsa, was cut
Yeah.
the other day because
Yeah.
of an injury. So we had David Moore, who might make the team.
No. No.
I see you shaking your head, but he is favorite by Canales. I mean,
Yeah.
wherever he go, when he retire, when Dave Canales retire in 20, 30 years from now, hopefully, David Moore will follow him. He's basically following wherever he goes.
Yeah.
So I mean, no, but I mean, he made some decent catch last season against Arizona.
He
He
also
was
dropped a bunch of them too.
no, I know. I mean, it's not DJ Moore, it's David Moore, different Moore.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. I mean, JT Sanders should have a good season this season overall. But honestly, I'm not sure if we will throw the ball as much as you think we will. We have on paper back to back two of the best running back in the NFL that no one talking about Shuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle, which it's miraculous and it's weird and it doesn't make sense that Dallas Cowboys decided to let Rico Dowdle go, but it's our game. It's their loss. So we have Chuba Hubbard, who is probably top five best running back in the NFL, but no one is talking about him because everyone is talking about Saquon, and I get it. He's a great running back, MVP, but still, we have Chuba Hubbard, we have Rico Dowdle. So we might not throw the ball as much as you think we will because our whole line on paper, they stay healthy. We have top five best O line entire football. Maybe
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Rams run the football a lot too. The Ravens run the football a lot too. Like the Eagles run the football. I mean, just because you run the football a lot, when you're a better offense, you run more plays in general. So you can't just always run the football. It's gonna be 50-50. So if you're talking about we're gonna have 25% more plays because our offense is on the field more. We're gonna throw the ball more than last year, even if we run the ball more than we throw it. If that makes sense, it's just math. So we'll still throw the ball quite a bit, but I think you're right. I think we're going to run the ball probably 52% of the time. We'll probably be one of the heaviest run teams in the league, but that doesn't mean that we're still going to pass the ball more than we did last year just because we're going to have the ball more, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll definitely run the football quite a bit, and you're not mentioning Trevor Etienne a lot. That dude is good. That is a good player. And I think that he's gonna work. He's gonna be rivaling uh,
Blackpool.
old Dowdle for touches as the RB2 in my opinion by the end of the year.
Well, full disclosure, when we had our draft show, I was the one who was very high on ETN and also on
I,
it.
I
And
love ETN.
no, I also like
Uh,
ETN. I mean, we are so deep, it's difficult to mention. I mean, speaking of ETN, I didn't know that they have a brother, Trevon ETN, who committed to Delaware and all of that. And that is a totally different story on my channel. But anyway, my, ETN is a rookie. I don't think he will get as many touch because we have two great running back. The only way he
mm,
will see so much on the field, on offense, God forbid, we have an injury to either Rico or Chuba. Otherwise, he might be more contributor on special team, returning punt, returning kickoff, because I don't think Blackshill is making the team. And
no,
then we could he could be on tone down situation because of his speed and explosiveness. So like screen situation, something like
sure.
that.
Oh, he's gonna own the third down role. Yeah.
But at the same time, Chuba and Rico, they're also pretty fast running back. Now, quickly about the running and passing situation. If we, I mean, the way I see it, let's say someone stacked the box. We can beat them. We can beat them in the air. We can literally beat them in the
Sure.
air. So as long as we stay healthy, there is no reason why this offense, on average, every game will not be able to put up 25 points or more. Every game. Literally, because I'm looking at our schedule. Defense, I don't see someone who I can sit here right now and tell you, listen, they're going to stop us. I mean, Buffalo, they have a great defense, but still, how can you stop the offense when you know they have great running back, a good
Mm,
quarterback? You cannot stop running the ball and the quarterback. The only
mm,
way you can stop us is by basically milking out all the clock, so we won't have time. Outside of that, it's impossible to stop a great offense. This is, of course, assuming that we stay healthy. If we do, this offense might be one of the best, if not the best, in the NFL.
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, Buffalo will be a fun game. That'll be that's a fun. Uh, yeah, these games that you would just usually assume that you'd be putting an L beside. You might still be putting an L beside, but there'd be fun. I think Buffalo would be a really fun game. I think that's a one of like that. That's gonna be like one of the type of teams that we'll go toe to toe with. I mean, they'll probably still beat us, but they're gonna remember us for sure.
Yeah, remember the Panthers instead of the
Mm,
Titans.
yeah,
Remember 2020. But the 49ers, when I'm thinking about it, the 49ers defense could be challenging for us. I mean, I remember Iki struggle, and of course, that was rookie Iki when we played them. But speaking of Panthers and all of that, I don't know. Did you see the ranking by the NFL?
no,
Do you want to guess where NFL on Fox ranked the Carolina Panthers?
I don't know, probably 28, 29.
28.
Yeah, they're idiots. Yeah,
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean,
they're,
how
yeah, they're, yeah, they're just talking heads.
I mean, I know pro football, they don't like us. Mike
Yeah,
Florio never write anything good about the Carolina Panthers. That is a fact. You can check it down online if you don't believe me. But how in the world can you rank us preseason 28? I mean, did you not see what we've done in the draft? Free agency.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I know it's a joke. I mean, it's not a joke, but they are not. They don't watch film. But I truly hope that they have this Bank of America Stadium at the meeting. Show the players, show every single player. Listen, this is what they think of us. They think we are one of the fourth worst team in entire NFL. So remember that, because right now I believe this team is looking for anything that can. I mean, they are motivated, but they are looking for bulletin material stuff.
Yeah. They don't need that. They have plenty of that from last year. But yeah, I mean, just logically, we're the 24th worst team going in the draft because we're the just do the math, we're the eighth pick. So 32 minus 8, we were the 24th best team last year. Last year with how terrible like we were killed with injuries, and think about we spent what $75 million just on defense last year. This offseason, like just for like one season. I think overall we spent like $300 million in free agency, and we had um, so many big time draft picks that uh, there's no logical explanation why you would say we wouldn't be better than 24th. But it's just people on the internet being people on the internet. They just
Right, 28.
yeah
28 even worse. I mean,
yeah
realistically, I know that they do the preseason ranking for clickbait, just like David Newton, who's a great reporter. I don't have nothing against him, but if you check out his tweet, he will intentionally post something wrong, like uh, our Panther, Sam Martin. Do you want to know what his last name, what he called him?
oh yeah Sam Adams was all that. He's an idiot. Just
So
an idiot.
no, I think honestly he's doing it for algorithm clickbait. That
Yeah
because if you view his tweet, guess what? Kachin, 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 kachin.
yeah
So I think honestly that is why he's doing it. But I mean it's a funny name, Sam Adams. Sam Adams, Sam Martin. But anyway, I think in general, they shouldn't have any ranking. They should basically put every team zero. Zero. Zero.
mm,
Prove it, and then we can start making ranking. I mean, why would you have a ranking right now? It's kind of irrelevant because injuries could happen. I mean,
yeah
just speaking of injuries, our week 6 opponent, the Miami Dolphins, they are basically running out of cornerback left and right. They
yeah
lost the starting cornerback today to a torn ACL. They traded Jalen Ramsey. They literally don't have a cornerback on their team.
yeah yeah
It's done. So I mean, and speaking of cornerback, I know you and I, Panthers Nation in general, we were worried about cornerback and safety, but it looked like Show Wade Smith is having a great camp and he's
mm,
very vocal. But also a guy that we didn't talk about, undrafted, Corey Tolman from Louisville. Dave
yeah.
Canales,
They gave
yep,
him guaranteed money when they liked him.
they like him a lot. I mean, Canales kept giving him praise, and I saw a 6'1", 195, which is pretty good height and size for a
Mm,
cornerback. Plus, he's getting snapped with the first team.
yeah
So, so they're definitely doing a good job of scouting. I mean, he was undrafted. Showway Smith, I believe, was a fifth round pick, if I remember
yep
last year.
yeah
So, and then Damari Richardson, who spoke today, you mentioned that if, if you want to lose weight, guys, go by the Damari Richardson diet because he basically stated he's burning like 1,000 calories a day or something like that. which is crazy, crazy amount of which I know they work out, but still. So you want to you want to lose weight, don't take the pills, just go by the Mary Richardson diet. You will lose the weight the natural way. No, but he, he's also having a great camp, and I know for a while we were worrying about Justin Blackton. Justin Blackton. They didn't sign him,
Mm.
and I see they're not even in a hurry to sign Isaiah Simmons, someone else. So they are very high, probably, on Demar Richardson more than we realize.
Yeah, I mean, I think that from what I've seen, the the now the priority number one would be linebacker as far as just depth, because that was unforeseen with Jewel going down. Yeah, they've kept money. It looks like they were just going to wait and see what camp looked like, what the camp battles look like. But I think that the secondary issues that fans thought we had, we don't really have. It looks like these no names are falling, and I think that our priorities are pivoting away from secondary, and now you're looking more into the rooms like tight end, and as far as depth, and as far as depth for linebacker. I think we still probably need another safety, but not as bad as we thought we did, for sure.
Right, which safety, I would presume if they were going to sign Isaiah Simmons, they would have already signed him. So
Nah,
I,
they won't sign him. No.
so I think they're
He didn't make
waiting.
any sense.
Right, so I think they're waiting for someone else to be on the
Oh,
market.
you're
And
talking about Justin Simmons. Sorry, I
yeah,
was like, Isaiah Simmons definitely not. Yeah, Justin Simmons. Yeah, yeah, that would be the guy that I would think that we would. Just kind of like a journeyman that doesn't need a lot of. He's not doesn't need to be the face of the locker room or anything. He's supposed to come and play ball. Um, but Isaiah Simmons, no, definitely not Isaiah
but
Simmons.
right, he was very high on Panthers' wishboard before the draft from Clemson.
Mm,
But,
yeah.
but I believe he's still in the league. I believe he's still in the league.
Yeah, yeah, he was a free agent. He got picked up by somebody. I can't remember. Maybe the Commanders. And people talk about like these preseason rankings. Look what Commanders were last year. Preseason rankings. They're just stupid. I mean, the Commanders came out and they were the AFC Championship game. Like,
I agree. But hey, let's be honest. No one, no one preseason would rank the Dallas Cowboys 32nd, regardless of their move. No one would rank the Chiefs
sure,
31. Even if
sure.
they even if they didn't have Patrick Mahomes, no one would rank the 49ers or the
Yeah.
Steelers, even if they didn't have Aaron Rodgers and company. It's
Sure.
just it's like for the small team Carolina Panthers. And honestly, even if we win the Super Bowl this year, they will still not give us the doubt and the respect. So
No, never. Yeah.
we have to win like 5 Super Bowls in a row to
Yeah.
respect. But the 49ers, the Cowboys, so it's all about
Yeah.
hype and fake situation. And so the next thing for the team, let's see. So you're right about linebacker, but I also don't think they're concerned because if they did, they would bring someone for a walkout.
Yeah. It
And
doesn't look like. Yeah. It looks like they're. I I think that once I think maybe pass rusher we may, but the thing is like you have to trade for one. You can't just don't get them. We brought one in, and RIP Mari Barno. He might come back on the practice squad. I think he still has some. I think he
I
still has some. But
so sorry to cut you off. I read that he was visiting the Packers today. No, I don't think he's coming back. If he was, they wouldn't have cut him. They didn't have a reason to cut him.
yeah, yeah. I just he was a good. I liked him. I liked his bend. I liked his length. I think he would flash here and there. I just don't think that he had the tools, especially for a Navarro defense. I don't think that he could keep up with what is needed, because they do so many different. You should be. I mean, I'm not calling him dumb, but you got to be really smart to be in a Navarro defense, because they have so many stunts that you have to replace a bunch of different, like, you're not just a 4-3, go after the quarterback kind of guy in this defense. You have to be able to play in a lot of different other situations. and pass defense, drop back and doing that kind of stuff too. And I don't think that he had that that
I,
skill set.
I think the issue with Barner, and I don't want to say it, but I will, I think he's overrated. I think he's
I mean, 6th round pick, he can't be very high rated.
no, no, but no, I know, but it's from Virginia Tech and from Charlotte and all the WFNZ. Kyle Bailey was from Virginia Tech and graduate from Virginia Tech. So basically, people stated he's the next tremendous pass rusher, and unfortunately, wasn't the case. But someone who we thought was a boss, but looked like he's having a decent camp because we haven't heard anything negative about him. DJ Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, people are waiting for him. He has exactly what they want. I think this whole like uh, terrible interior that we've had is just kind of we just don't really know what we have in some of these guys. Just because they ne- mostly because they never got a chance to rush the passer because nobody's passing on us because they're always running on us with a terrible run defense. And then or we'd have to situations matter. So maybe in the right situation that he's better. Patrick Jones looks great. I think he's going to surprise some people. Kind of like a signing that we kind of just dismissed, but I think he might start. He picked off Bryce the other day. Like I think these pass rushers. I think are better than people think. I don't think that either one of our rookies are going to start. But I think they're going to be. I mean, they're probably starters by the end of the year. But we if you don't have pass rushers, you don't just get rid of them. Like even if Barno is good, bad, or whatever, you don't just like kick him to the curb. I think they like the pass rushers they have. I don't think, and maybe like there's somebody that just hits the market that is is a cap casualty or whatever. Um, Maybe we go after them, but I think they like everybody they have right now. I think that their signings, which I thought they were going to be signing some like starter type talent. I think we're holding that cap for injuries and for depth.
Right, which here's a bold prediction. Nick Skolten, Princy Uyemaya, I hope I pronounce his last name correctly.
Onyemana, yeah.
Yeah. Both of them, I think, combined 14 sacks. Combined. Combined, not one of them.
I don't know if they're
Because,
going to get playing time to get that much.
but they look angry. They look like, I mean,
I mean, they look good, but I don't think they're going to get real opportunity until probably at least a quarter of the way through the season. I mean, they'll come on slow, so they'd have to get a ton of those later on. But I think we're going to be beating teams by a lot. I think they're going to have to be passing, and I think we're going to be putting our head down and going after passers. So I think this team will get a ton of sacks. So you might be right. I think this team as a whole will be maybe top 10 in sacks this year. Just since I'm just saying that they're the best pass rushers. I think just situationally, I think we're going to be so far ahead of teams that they're going to be having to pass, so have a lot more opportunity to rush the passer.
so you think over 50 sacks, or that? No way.
Possibly. That's a lot. Maybe,
50 would
maybe I
put
think
us
so. I
in
think
one of
so.
the,
I think possible. It's possible.
like 50 would put us in one of the best defense in team history. I mean, back when we had Greg Aldi and TD and all of those players, I think one season we had like 70 sacks or over, we had well over 50. So I mean, we have over 50 sacks. We
Yeah,
are
that's a lot.
we are probably a top five best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, as far as sacks, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we. I think it should be situational, right? Like I think the sacks
So,
are not a defensive, not just a defensive stats. Those are offensive stats too, because your offense has to be winning for the other team to have to pass the ball. If the other team's passing the ball, that's where you can get more sacks. So I don't think that means that we'll be the top five defense, but we might like kind of like when the Packers won the Super Bowl. Clay Matthews had all those sacks. because the Packers were just destroying people, and like they were able to get so many sacks. They were in the top five defense in the league, but they had a lot of sacks because the other team had to throw so much.
Yeah, I think they will probably get around 35 sacks. I think 35, 40. That
I think that's yeah, that's very likely. We'll get that.
So the next thing for this team, today they were in pads. I'm thinking tomorrow they will probably be in shirts and t-shirts. Friday, Friday, I'm thinking they might be off because FanFest is on Saturday and in pads. And then next Wednesday, not next Wednesday, I don't know, maybe Monday through Wednesday, we are on to Cleveland.
Yeah, that'd be fun. My father in law is a Browns fan, so that'd be fun.
So you can talk trash to him because I don't think the Browns will be very good this season, to
No.
be honest with you. I mean,
And they're banged up already. I mean, Tillman's banged up. Judkins is in jail somewhere. I mean, he's
and,
not, but you know,
and Newsom, the cornerback,
yeah,
unfortunately, ACL.
yeah. And what Kenny Pickett's the starter? I don't. Who knows? Like,
I think they'll count. I think they'll count in on Joe Flacco. To
yeah,
be
they're gonna be the worst team in the league. I mean, most likely. I don't. Their offensive line isn't what their offensive line was. Deshaun Watson's just eating way too much of their cap space. That was probably, that might be one of the worst moves in NFL history. Um, that trade.
and,
So
and we should be so thankful that Deshaun Watson did not choose the Carolina Panthers.
yeah, well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, yes, for sure. But we wouldn't have to be. We wouldn't. We weren't offering. They were just guaranteed 5 year deal. Like that was like what? Like that was even Tepper and his wanting to win that bad wouldn't give that kind of guarantee. That was just
Right, right.
ridiculous.
I won't be shocked if coming up in a couple of months from now, it will be announced by Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, the Cleveland Browns have extended Deshaun Watson for another three other.
No, no, no.
I think they
Uh,
might. But anyway,
Also, Crimson guy, yeah, Bryce is taking the lead this year. I think Bryce will enter the. It's a big statement. But I think he'll be in the MVP conversation. I think.
yeah,
Just because of the way this offense is built, and even if he was like let's just say an average quarterback, the way this offense is built, I think that a lot of quarterbacks could succeed, but especially Bryce because of how accurate he is.
yeah, and he's proving last season. He's also a pretty good runner, which I remember back in Alabama. He did a pretty good job running the ball. Season number one, he played terrified, so he didn't run with the ball last season. He wasn't afraid to run with the ball, and then he did the dab afterward, excitement and
Mm.
all that. So that is a that is something extra about Bryce Young. And as we said, ladies and gentlemen, we are after Cleveland, or in this case, after Charlotte, because the Browns are coming next week. We have a game tomorrow, Hall of Fame game, Lions against the Chargers. It's the Hall of Fame game, which I'm presuming the reason why the Chargers are in is because of Antonio Gate going in, overlook Kuechly and Steve Smith. That is wrong in my opinion, but
Luke Kuechly definitely. Like, what are we doing? The dude didn't have one season where he wasn't an All Pro. Like what are we? It's just that he's a Carolina Panther. If he wasn't a Carolina Panther, he would have been first
if he
ballot
was
easy.
a cowboy, if he was a cowboy,
If he was
he would
anybody
have
but a Carolina Panther, he would have been first ballot, easy. That was ridiculous. Sterling Sharp had what 3 Pro Bowls, and Luke Kuechly had uh, 5 All Pros. Like,
I bet
and
if he was a cowboy or a 49ers or even a Steeler or a Packer, one of those four teams,
yeah,
Luke Kuechly would have been inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame within 1 second. And that
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
is true. Google report is true, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, the Browns are coming to town. Will be interesting to see their defense, which their front rushers, that's still pretty good. They have Miles Garrett. Interesting to see if he will take on Iki or Taylor Moton. That will be interesting matchup. And then we'll have preseason. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The Browns, the Dog Pounds, are coming to take on the Carolina Cats and keep pounding nature. So for Alex Ryan, Shaked Bartal, we'll see you guys next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Be there. You don't want to miss it.